in school, I would rather say that it's okay to keep it as a goal of your life, but you should focus on your graduation. You should focus on the subjects that you're studying if you're in say 10th or 12th standard, and not worry about the case examination at that point of time.
Okay. Now. Lot of time from your day. How did you manage both your work as well as the preparation?
Many of the aspirants not be able to go take coaching or completely they can't dedicate their preparation. So for those those who have to work and so at the same time who have to prepare for civils. So what I would like to suggest is pick up some job which where you'll where the work is sort of minimal in nature, and so it's not like you can pick up something where you will have to work for 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and you cannot expect yourself to prepare for civil. So in that sense, I also picked up a job. So in Mandya District Hospital, where I could spend or I could take out at least 6 to 8 hours a day, somehow squeeze in between my job as well as after the job hours. So that's how I would ask all the aspirants to choose the job. So choosing the job wisely is what is required when it comes to preparing this job. So you can't expect a person who like an engineer who has to give some 10 to 12 hours every day working from home also. So they can't do it, or they can't take out so much of hours for civil service preparation. So that's what I would like to say about it.
Okay, so sir, seeing you both, we can say that one can prepare along with their graduation, along with their work. It just depends how you manage your time and choosing the right kind of work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, I would like to ask you that a lot of aspirants ask this question that when is the right time to prepare for civil service examination? Like what age and what time one must think that yes, now I want to go for civil services?
One thing that I have learned जब मैं academy गई और मैं सबसे मिली वहाँ पे, तो एक चीज जो मैंने सीखी वो ये है कि everybody has a different journey. Everybody comes from very different backgrounds. Some have worked in private sector for like 8 to 9 years, then they are in civil service along with me. Some have, some have directly come, do not have any job, like I did not do any job at all. So everybody has a different life story. There is no exact one time जो हम कह सकते हैं ना कि अब आप preparation शुरू कर दो. I think it's very personal thing, but एक छोटी चीज हम ये कह सकते हैं that एक basic backup अगर career का हो. Suppose for example I took chemical engineering, so in case I would not have qualified, I could have relied on my engineering background or anything like that. I mean, you should have a graduation subject of your own which you can rely on as a backup, and after that whenever you feel that this is it comes from within, you feel like I have to do this, is the only thing that I need to give it a shot. वो समय बस एग्जैक्ट होगा आपके लिए जब आप शुरू करते हैं. तो एग्जैक्ट कोई टाइम नहीं है, अपने हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू योर ओन जर्नी वन शुड.
वो पर्सन टू पर्सन डिपेंड करता है कि कब उसके अंदर सीधे सीधा है. एग्जैक्टली. सो सर आई वुड लाइक टू
जस्ट ऐड वन थिंग यहाँ पे कि एक बार आपने जब सोच लिया है कि दिस इज द ओनली थिंग, देन यू शुड नॉट बैक. We should not be having thoughts in mind that whether or not I should give this exam or not. Once you've decided, then don't go back. Then dedicate your everything that you can.
Okay. So sir, I would like to ask you कि काफी सारे aspirants पूछते हैं कितना time हमें दिन में invest करना चाहिए? How much time must be invested in preparation? Like some people say that you have to study for 16 hours and 20 hours and you do not have to sleep or eat or do anything except studying. So is it true? How much time must be invested?
No, again, this is very personal choice and very individualistic कि आप कितना time दे सकते हो. So, but I would say वो जो बोलते हैं कि 16 hours we have to give or 20 hours we have to study for 2-3 years to clear this. So वो सब झूठ है. That's what I can say. So and I would say like 8 to 10 hours a day should be sufficient. So enough, because you are like not preparing it for a for it for a month or so. So you are preparing for 1 or 2 years at a stretch. So 8 to 10 hours a day. So every single day, and over the time with the exams like prelims and mains approaching, giving 12 or pushing as far as you can. So it may be 12 hours, it may be 12, 13, 14 hours, or it may go till 15, 16 hours also. So pushing as much as you can, or giving as only in that stretch, only in that exam stage, and only in that stretch only you can do. So it's like it's very inhuman to expect anybody to read 15 hours a day every day for 2 hours. So it is it's not possible also, and if it is possible, well and good. But 8 to 10 hours should be sufficient is what I feel.
Okay. So मैम आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू कि एस्पिरेंट्स जब स्टार्ट करते हैं, जब सोचते हैं कि उन्हें सिविल सर्विसेज की प्रिपरेशन करनी है, तो वो बेसिक स्ट्रैटेजी बनाना और अपनी सिटिंग हैबिट को क्रिएट करना, ये कैसे करना चाहिए उन्हें? बिकॉज शुरू से हर कोई इंसान इतना हैबिचुअल नहीं होता है 4 घंटे या 3 घंटे या 2 घंटे भी पढ़ने के लिए. तो हाउ टू क्रिएट दैट हैबिट?
राइट, habit creation and creating that momentum, उसमें समय लग जाता है. This is a very good question. Yeah, so ये जो momentum create करने में time लगता है, इसके लिए what we can do is one thing, you can start with a subject that interests. For example, newspaper reading मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था. So whenever the day started, I used to like devote at least 1.5 hours around for reading the newspaper. That would kickstart my day. If I would have started by history or geography, which did not interest me much, I think मैं ज़्यादा और नहीं पढ़ पाती. So first thing is start with something that interests you. Second thing is take regular breaks. You cannot expect yourself to focus on something continuously for more than 45 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours. So plan your study well. आप 1 घंटा पढ़िए, उसके बाद 15 मिनट का या 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लीजिए. उसके बाद again stretch for 2 hours, then take a break. So धीरे धीरे करके habit create होगी. And third thing is do not sleep. I always say do not sleep without planning the next day. When we wake up, we have different thoughts. We can we may इधर-उधर हम सोचने लग जाएंगे. रात को ये टाइम करके सोच लीजिए कि कल मैं कितना क्या टॉपिक क्या कब पढ़ूंगा. So the next day is planned. You do not leave it on yourself. So you need to schedule your time well. Choose the subject which you are interested in, and have regular breaks.
Okay, sure, ma'am. So, as we know that in civil service examination, the success rate is too low. So, what do you have to say about a plan B? Like many people say, you need to have a plan B, but sometimes people say that you do not need a plan B. You need to focus on your one plan, and that is all. So, what do you have to say about plan B?
If you have watched aspirant series, उसमें इसके ऊपर एक I think episode भी है plan B के ऊपर. So I would say as suggested in that also, and as every aspirant, so everybody will have a plan B. So you need to have a plan B. So given the success rate of less than 1% overall success rate. So if you take it if you want to become an IAS only, then it is less than 0.01%, I would say. So उतना low success rate में you can't expect yourself to make it into the list always. So you have to have a plan B. So it's a matter of luck. So sometimes to be in the list, and which all the officers who have cleared this, we know that. So it's not like the one who didn't clear or the one who at least till mains or interview that do I. So they always. So you have to have have a plan. So it's a matter of luck. So sometimes to be in the list, and which all the officers who have cleared this, we know that. So it's not like the one who did clear or the one who at least till mains or interview तक जो आए हैं. So the ones who did, you will have to read monthly current affairs. Then at the end of the year, before prelims, 2-3 months before, so many coaching centers will come up with the whole year ka booklet summary like PT 365 and all. So you need to revise it. So I would say मेरा preparation ऐसे था. So current affairs का. So every day, even if I miss a meal, so I would be okay with that, but I would not miss reading the newspaper. So newspaper was essential for my preparation. Every day to start with the newspaper, finish up newspaper in within 2 hours. So Raj Kona, so every day like few institutes come up with daily current affairs summary. So which you can finish up in 15-20 minutes. They would have summarized everything. So before going to sleep, I used to read the daily current affairs summary. So then उसके बाद, so after every beach when it comes to half 14-15 के बीच में vision current affairs used to come. So that I used to read every month. So then after that PT 365. So I would have covered a news maybe 5-6 times before I go and sit to prelims. So this was my regular schedule, and I would not miss on any even a single day newspaper daily summary also. So any monthly summary or PT 365. So I would have read a news 5-6 times. I was very confident in current affairs part. So that's how you should prepare for the next year. So this is the right time to start for the next year. पूरा एक साल का newspaper पढ़ना होता है. So and you need not go for 2 year back and all. So one year newspaper or current affairs.
Okay, sure, sir. And ma'am, some of the people ask this question that whether they can skip the newspaper and just read the monthly magazines that are available on online resources. Would it be okay?
That's what Arjun told, that skipping a meal is okay, but skipping the newspaper is not. Now the reasoning being, when you read a newspaper or when you read an article, say for example you're reading an editorial, you would see how a writer is introducing the subject, how is he going into the intricacies of it, कैसे details को descriptions को cover किया जा रहा है और कैसे उसको conclude किया जा रहा है. When you read the newspaper, you are actually building the foundation for your answer writing. So it is not just current affairs that you're taking in, you're also covering the mains part, which is going to decide your rank. So my thing is, it's not just current affairs that you cover. आप बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं newspaper से. और समरी अगर आप पढ़ लेते हैं तो केवल एक चंक में आपको वो पढ़ना है, डिटेल में आप समझ नहीं पाते, आप उस इशू को फॉलो नहीं कर पाते हैं. न्यूज़पेपर में कई बार कोई इशू डेवलप होता है तो आज ये हुआ, कल वो हुआ, आफ्टर अ वीक यू विल फाइंड दैट समथिंग हैज हैपेंड. बट इफ यू फॉलोड द न्यूज़ फॉर अ वीक, you know how it has developed over time. That can also help your thought process. So keeping those things in mind, reading the newspaper directly, especially the editorial section, is extremely important. Do not skip that. Summaries will seal it for you. Summary can be a revision for you, but not the base source.
So I would like to add on this. So as Srishti was telling, so newspaper पढ़ने से like people like us, so we don't think in English. So we think in our own mother tongue. So like I think in Kannada. So ऐसे like there are so many people who think in their own mother tongue. People think in Hindi or ऐसे. So in their own mother tongue. For us, expressing our answers or anything in English becomes kind of difficult. So it's not that we don't know English, so but it is difficult for us because we think in our own mother tongue. So for us, Hindu or any newspaper helps us a lot. So the language which they write, so or like it is very bureaucratic and diplomatic language they use in newspapers. You will pick up automatically. for years together, you will automatically pick up and it will reflect in your answer.
They manage their time.
So this is here we would. It is a very. We both are very different in that. So she was totally out of social media. I was totally in social media. I used to use all social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever was there, Telegram, सब use करता था. So I still remember before going to main exam, every day I used to wake up. So I used to log in and Insta feeds देख के बाद में then I used to start. So I said all I have done this.
And I cannot even imagine that I'll do something and then I can focus. So I would never have focused if I would have had so many social media accounts.
So it is an individual call. So I could manage. So maybe I can say how I managed. So social media, how I used to use while I was studying. So every hour, hardly once I used to take 5 to 10 minutes ka break. So I used to switch off internet when I started studying. So then next 50 minutes, 55 minutes, I used to keep my internet switched off no matter what. So then I used to switch on internet and next 5 10 minutes I used to browse all social media and reply to messages. Or if I have to search on anything on internet, I would have noted it down. So I would search that on internet and I used to manage both social media and studies. Because leaving this all together, I could not imagine because I'm always active on social media. So Srishti's preparation is different. I would suggest that.
Yeah, I think there is more avenues to be distracted in social media when you're really preparing for something, when you're on to something. So I don't know. I think it's a very personal call, but my personal suggestion would be to limit your social interactions to your close group and not to let yourself get distracted and all of this into whatever happens on social media. It's a very important time of your life and it's very important that each and every moment आप बहुत अच्छे से focus करके कर रहे हो. That's my thing.
Right. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, when must a person start going for mock papers for prelims? Like when in preparation from the first day or after preparing for the board papers, completing the steps?
Yeah. See, tests and mock tests have paid off really well for me. And I'll also share when reading. So, एक बार आप जब subject, when you've read the subject once, when you have done the basic books, when you've studied the reference books, and you have a basic idea of what kind of questions can be asked, now that is the correct time to give mock tests. And it will be better if you are giving mock tests, say, every 15 days or every week. As and when the exam comes closer, then the frequency of the tests can be improved, can be increased. You can give tests every 3 to 4 days, like that. Giving mock tests is very important. Timing can be based on how well you are prepared. But also, even till the last minute when you are giving mains, andar ja rahe ho, prelims dene andar ja rahe ho, there are a lot of things and subjects which you would not have covered. So, ऐसा भी नहीं है कि you wait for the last end when you feel कि I'm fully prepared now, I'm ready to give test. वो time कभी नहीं आने वाला है. So once you have given the reading, you should start writing tests.
Okay. Now, sir, I would like to talk about mains answer writing. काफी सारे क्या actually मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि mostly aspirants बहुत ज़्यादा डरते हैं. They are really scared of starting this answer writing process. They do not know when to start it, and sometimes they are not confident or they are not consistent with it. So, when did you start answer writing and how to do it? Can you tell something about it?
So, answer writing, I would suggest everybody to start right from the first day itself. So, जैसे कि if you have started your preparation and most of the questions now which are being asked or which are being given in any mock test, so are based on general aspects or general studies which will be going on in and around you. So, first day you will write the worst possible answer you can. So that is true for everybody. That was true for me. So that is true for everybody. So no matter when you start, the first day answer will be the worst. You keep it yourself with yourself. Keep it aside. So and you go on writing every day, every single day, at least 2 questions every single day. So you will spend 10 to 15 minutes per question and half an hour for 2 questions. So go on writing 2 questions every single day, right from the first day of your preparation. So trust me, if you compare your first day answer with the answer which you are writing after that 100th day or maybe 150th day. So you will see the difference. You will automatically get the confidence what you are doing. So how well you have improved. Even if you are writing 3-4 lines on the first day, it is good enough. But starting is very important when it comes to answer writing, because you always tend to postpone this. So you I'll start after 1 month, I'll start after 2 months, I'll start after first reading or one revision, or I'll start after things. So you should never do that. So starting is the vital thing when it comes to answer writing. So coming to me, I started answer writing maybe 6 or 7 months before prelims. So that's when I wrote my first answer. So that's when I wrote my first essay. So then I was regular when it comes to answer writing. So given the optional which I had, medical science, so given the amount of time which it requires to prepare, so out of 3.5 months out of 100 days which we get for between prelims and mains, so maybe 60 to 70 days minimum we have to spend on medical science. So we will get at least at max 25 to 30 days for general studies. So answer writing was the crux of my preparation when it comes to mains. So I started 6 to 7 months before prelims. So and it has definitely helped me given the very limited time which I spent on general studies.
Right. You too, ma'am, started answer writing from day one of your preparation, or you did after prelims?
No, I think after prelims is a deadly time to leave answer writing too. When you are studying the subject, say a year before, when you started reading the subject, you've been through the NCERTs, you can right away start answer writing. You do not have to delay to the last minute. Answer writing is a skill. So, it needs time and practice. You cannot expect yourself that I will read the best material on this and then I will write the best answer. It does not work like that. You have to write more, see what mistakes you're doing, whether or not you are including the required arguments, whether or not आप सही तरीके से आंसर को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो, सही तरीके से कंक्लूड कर रहे हो. That will come with time. So and that will come with practice. So ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जितना आप आंसर्स प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, उससे you will be able to improve on your own also. So don't wait for the last day or for the prelims especially. Start answer writing while you're preparing integrated जो आप prepare कर रहे हैं mains prelims पहले साल से, उसी टाइम आप answer writing शुरू कर सकते हैं.
Okay. So, ma'am, ये answer writing with GS1, GS2, GS3 will be subject based only. Like people are already preparing for those subjects and then they have to write these answers. But what about GS4? How to practice that? How to check themselves whether they are going to on the right way or not? How do you prepare GS4 for answer writing?
GS4 is very tricky because अगर आप 2 पार्ट में पेपर को देखोगे तो फर्स्ट पार्ट इज अबाउट the keywords, the quotes. Nowadays they are giving quotes and they ask you to elaborate on that. I think it requires a lot of reading, but crisp note making. So जो भी keywords होते हैं, you have empathy, you have dedication and integrity. All of these keywords are mentioned in the syllabus. Prepare your notes well on it. Read the whatever quotations you find.